Stop seeking external validation. How much of your life actually belongs to you? Think about that for a moment, not as a casual thought, but as a deep, uncomfortable question that strips away the noise of your daily routine. If you were to peel back every decision you made this week, every sentence you carefully weighed before speaking, every photo you edited, every outfit you chose, and every ambition you proudly chased, how much of it was genuinely born from your soul, and how much of it was performed for an audience that isn't even truly watching? We are born into this world completely untouched by the opinions of others, crying only for survival, unconcerned with how our voice sounds or how our vulnerability looks to a room full of strangers. Yet, somewhere along the winding path of growing up, we learn a quiet, insidious trade. We exchange our authenticity for approval. We learn that applause feels safer than isolation, that a head nod from an authority figure can soothe the trembling anxiety in our chest, and that fitting into a pre-designed mold is far less painful than standing alone in the raw, unpolished reality of who we are. But at what point did we decide that the reflection in someone else's eyes is more real than the heart beating inside our own chest? Look at the way we navigate our days. We walk through life holding an invisible mirror, constantly adjusting our posture, tuning our voice, and filtering our thoughts, always asking the unspoken question, am I enough for you? We ask it of our parents, who carried their own unfulfilled dreams and thrust them onto our shoulders. We ask it of our friends, who are often too drowning in their own insecurities to even see us clearly. We ask it of employers, lovers, and complete strangers, scrolling on a glass screen thousands of miles away. People whose names we will never know, and whose opinions will vanish into the void of tomorrow. We have turned our lives into a relentless audition for a role we never even wanted to play. Philosophers throughout history have warned us about this self-imposed captivity. Epictetus, a man who understood the physical chains of slavery, wrote extensively about the invisible chains we wrap around our own minds. He observed that a person becomes a slave the moment they place their peace of mind in the hands of things they cannot control, and there is nothing in this world less controllable than the fickle, ever-shifting thoughts of another human being. When you live for the applause of others, you hand them the remote control to your emotional state. If they smile, you feel worthy. If they frown, you collapse. If they remain silent, you consume yourself with self-doubt, analyzing every syllable you spoke as if you committed a crime simply by existing. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why is the thirst for validation so agonizingly powerful? Psychology tells us that it is an ancient survival instinct, rooted deep within our biology. Millions of years ago, to be rejected by the tribe meant physical death. To be cast out into the wilderness alone meant facing predators, harsh weather, and starvation without a safety net. So, our brains evolved to fear social rejection, as if it were a physical threat. A cold glare, or a dismissive tone, triggers the same primordial alarm systems in our nervous system as a rustle in the bushes once did. We are wired to want to belong, but we no longer live in small tribes, fighting off beasts in the dark. We live in a world where the tribe has become an abstract, infinite crowd of millions, and in our desperate attempt to be accepted by everyone, we end up belonging to no one, least of all to ourselves. Consider the energy it takes to maintain an image. It is exhausting, isn't it? It is like carrying a heavy, elaborate sculpture of who you think you should be, lugging it up a steep mountain every single day, terrified that if you let it drop for even a second, people will see the cracks, the flaws, the human truth beneath it. You wake up exhausted, because your mind was running marathons while you slept, trying to construct strategies to avoid judgment. You feel a constant, subtle hum of anxiety in the back of your mind, a quiet voice whispering that you are an imposter, that if people really knew what you thought, what you felt, or how fragile you actually are, they would walk away. So you hide. You edit your jokes, so they are safe. You suppress your anger, so you are seen as pleasant. You swallow your grandest, most beautiful dreams, because someone with a narrow vision laughed at them once. You dim your light, so you don't make anyone around you feel uncomfortable in their own darkness. And in doing so, you slowly, quietly, commit a tragic form of self-erasure. You bury the original version of yourself beneath layers of compromise, pleasing, and performance, until one day, you look into an actual mirror and realize you don't even recognize the eyes staring back at you. Ask yourself, when was the last time you did something purely because it resonated with the deepest part of your soul, without telling a single soul about it? No post, no story, no casual mention in conversation to score invisible points in an unwritten game. When was the last time you loved something in total, glorious secret? We have become so addicted to the external echo that we no longer trust our own voice. If we accomplish something great, but no one is there to congratulate us, does it feel real to us? If we create something beautiful, but no one hits like, do we begin to question its value? This is the tragic illusion of the modern condition. We have outsourced our intrinsic worth to external validation. We have convinced ourselves that an event, an achievement, or a human life only possesses value if it is witnessed, quantified, and stamped with the approval of an external judge. Think about the absurdity of this. You are an incredible, conscious being, a miraculous convergence of billions of years of cosmic history, capable of feeling profound love, experiencing breathtaking beauty, thinking complex thoughts, and navigating the vast landscape of existence. Yet, you surrender the value of that miraculous existence to the passing mood of a colleague, the approval of a parent who never learned how to love themselves, or the digital nod of a stranger who spent less than half a second looking at your life while sitting in traffic. When you seek validation, you are fundamentally saying to the world, asterisk, your perspective on my life is more accurate than my own experience of it. You are the judge, and I am the defendant, asterisk. But who appointed them? Who gave these people the wisdom, the perfection, or the authority to determine what your life is worth? They are just as lost as you are. They are carrying their own traumas, their own unhealed wounds, their own biases, and their own desperate needs for approval. When someone judges you, they are rarely seeing you. They are projecting their own internal landscape onto you. Their praise often speaks more about what flatters their ego than what is truly good in you. And their criticism almost always reveals their own fears, limitations, and envy. Imagine spending your entire life painting a masterpiece, but using only the colors that passersby tell you they like. One person walks past and says they hate red, so you paint over the reds. Another says blue is too depressing, so you wipe away the blues. A third person says they prefer simple, plain shapes, so you erase the intricate detail you worked on for months. By the time you reach the end of your life, what are you left with? A muddy, gray, meaningless canvas that pleases no one, least of all the artist who gave up their soul to paint it. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who held the entire Roman Empire in his hands, sat in his tent at night, writing notes to himself, reminding himself of the emptiness of human praise. He wrote, asterisk, does an emerald lose its value if no one praises it? What about gold, ivory, a little flower, or a tree? Asterisk, a flower blooming in a deep, hidden forest does not pause to wonder if anyone will walk by to smell it. It does not bloom for the audience. It does not stretch its petals toward the sun to earn a compliment from the wind. It blooms because blooming is its nature. It explodes with life and beauty, simply because that is what it was born to do. Its value is entirely self-contained. What would happen if you began to live like that flower? What would happen if you reclaimed your right to bloom, simply because it is your nature, independent of whether the world stops to watch or walks right past without a second glance? To stop seeking validation is not to become cold, arrogant, or detached from humanity. It is not about putting up emotional walls or declaring that you don't care about anyone else. True detachment from validation comes from a place of deep, grounded love and self-respect, not resentment. It means you can appreciate a compliment when it comes, but you don't let it become your oxygen. You can listen to criticism with an open mind, taking what is useful to refine your character, but you don't let it destroy your core sense of worth. You move from being a leaf, blown violently by every passing breeze of opinion, to becoming an ancient oak tree, deeply rooted in the earth, standing firm, whether there is a gentle sun or a raging storm. Think of the freedom that exists on the other side of this shift. When you no longer need people to validate your choices, your path opens up in ways you never thought possible. You stop asking for permission to live your life. You stop waiting for a green light from people who don't even know where you are trying to go. You can start that business, write that book, leave that toxic relationship, speak your quiet truth, or simply sit in silence without feeling the need to justify your existence to anyone. The path to this freedom begins with a quiet, honest confrontation with yourself. You have to be willing to sit in the stillness and ask the painful questions. Asterisk, what am I hiding? What am I pretending to be? Whose approval am I still chasing? Decades after I should have grown out of it. Asterisk. Often, we find that the deepest craving for validation is tied to a wounded part of us from the past. A child who was only praised when they performed well. A teenager who was laughed at for being different. A young adult who learned that being honest led to conflict and abandonment. We carry these unhealed parts inside us, and we spend our adult lives trying to get the world to pay a debt that our past owes us. But the world cannot pay that debt. No amount of money, no number of followers, no title, and no romantic partner can ever fill a void that was created by a lack of self-acceptance. You cannot cure an internal wound with an external bandage. The validation you have spent your whole life chasing from others is something only you can grant to yourself. You have to become the parent, the friend, and the judge you always needed. You have to look at your own messiness, your own mistakes, your own unique beauty, and say, asterisk, I see you. I know you are far from perfect, but you are worthy of existing exactly as you are, right now. Asterisk. When you give yourself that approval, the desperate need for external applause simply melts away. It doesn't happen overnight. It is a daily practice, a moment-by-moment reclaiming of your attention and your truth. Every time you catch yourself editing your words to sound impressive, stop. Every time you feel the urge to post an achievement just to feel seen, pause and feel the achievement inside your own body first. Every time you feel the sting of someone's judgment, remind yourself, asterisk, this is their story about me, not my reality. Asterisk. Life is impossibly short. The years roll by with a terrifying speed, and before you know it, the curtain will fall on this brief, fragile, magnificent existence. When you lie on your deathbed and look back across the decades, you will not care about the opinions of the people who criticized you. You will not care about how many people approved of your life choices. The only question that will echo in the quiet halls of your final moments will be, asterisk, did I live my life? Or did I live a life designed by someone else? Asterisk. Don't wait for the end. To answer that question, step out of the theater, stop performing, let the stage lights burn out, and walk into the raw, beautiful, unpredictable reality of your own truth. The world doesn't need another polished copy of what society thinks a person should be. The world is starving for real human beings, imperfect, honest, rooted, and free. Thank you guys for listening. May the ideas in this video be a small light in your life's journey, and we will meet again in the next video of the RTN Stoic channel.